A very pleasant good morning to all my dear friends, viewers, subscribers and my dear students. दोस्तों कैसी चल रही है लाइफ? लॉकडाउन हैज बीन एक्सटेंडेड. इट्स अ सीरियस मैटर. हम सब अपने अपने घरों में लॉकडाउन के खुलने का इंतजार कर रहे थे, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं शायद ये सब हम जानते थे, हम सबको ये पता था कि लॉकडाउन एक्सटेंड होगा, क्योंकि कुछ लोगों ने हमारे देश में कोरोना को फैलाने की जिम्मेवारी ले रखी थी. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू defeat this corona once again. Once again, we are all locked down till 3rd of May. And I hope कि इस बार ये लॉकडाउन सच में खुल जाए. बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनकी लाइफ इस लॉकडाउन में बिल्कुल रुक गई है. हम में से बहुत से लोग बहुत खुशकिस्मत हैं. बिलीव मी, अगर आपके पास रहने के लिए घर है, सोने के लिए एक अच्छा कंफर्टेबल बेड है, खाने के लिए आपकी प्लेट में खाना है, तो believe me, you are richer than 75% of the people in this world. ये मैं नहीं कहती, रिसर्च कहती है. खैर, yesterday I shared about future indefinite tense, and today's session is about the remaining future time references, that is future continuous tense, future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. Now when we are talking about future tense, we need to remember one thing, that many times these days future perfect continuous tense is spoken in simple future continuous tense. For example, I would have been living in this house for say 20 years by December, or by December I'll be living in this house for 20 years. So we just change those long sentences into short ones. So let's begin today's session. Future continuous tense. This is used to express an action that will happen in the normal course of time. Like it will happen, it happens in future, or to state an action that will be in progress at a certain point of time in future. We'll be going to school after summer vacations. So that's a simple statement that after the summer vacations, we'll start going to school again. He shall be anchoring the dance show. So that's an intention, or it's an assumption that he is going to anchor the dance show in the future. So he shall be anchoring the dance show. In affirmative, the structure is subject plus will shall plus be plus be4 plus object. Be4 is the fourth form of verb, wherein ing is added to the base form. We will be going to school after summer vacations, or he shall be anchoring the dance show. For the negative, the structure is subject plus will shall plus not plus be plus be4 plus object. And look at the statements in continuous tense, future continuous tense, we are adding will or shall plus be or not be in case of negative. We will not be going to school after summer vacations, or he shall not be anchoring the dance show. The next one is future continuous tense. In interrogative form, again we are interchanging the subject and will and shall to create an interrogative statement. Will we be going to school after summer vacations, or shall he be anchoring the dance show? So we have interchanged the subject and will or shall. The next is future continuous tense, wherein we are keeping, this is the negative interrogative structure. Will or shall plus subject plus not plus be plus be4 plus object. So will we not be going to school after summer vacations? It's a question. Will we not be going? Or shall he not be anchoring the dance show? The next is future perfect tense. You might be wondering why I have taken all the tenses together here, because future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense is not much in use these days. Most of the sentences are expressed as simple future or sometimes in the simple present tense also. For example, instead of saying the Prime Minister will address the nation tomorrow, we can also say the Prime Minister is to address the nation tomorrow. That's will be is changed to is to. So that's also one way of saying the things that are going to happen in future. Talking about future perfect tense, to express an action which is yet to be completed, which is expected to be completed by a certain time in future, or to express the speaker's belief that something has taken place. For example, by next year you will have completed your graduation. So that's something that we are expecting by next year you will have completed your graduation. The second statement, you will have learned about tenses in English. This is a belief, an assumption that you must have learned about tenses when you were studying English. Changing Let us quickly learn the structure of affirmative. Subject plus will, shall plus have plus V3 plus object plus time reference. With perfect tense, we always have V3, right? With future, will or shall. And to add will, shall plus V3, we have to add a little have in between to make it future perfect tense. Now remember one thing, when we are talking about future perfect tense, we do not add has. It's always will or shall plus have. So by next year, you will have completed your graduation or you will have learned about tenses in English. That's an assumption again, a belief that you will have learned about tenses in English when you were learning English. So I can replace this you with he, she, or we, they, any of the pronouns because every time it will remain the same. He will have learned about tenses in English. He is a singular noun, and even with the singular noun, it remains will and have. The next one is future perfect tense in negative. So subject plus will, shall plus not plus have plus V3 plus object plus time reference. Time reference can be added in the beginning of the sentence or maybe towards the end of the sentence. Here in the first structure, first statement, we are adding it in the beginning. By next year, you will not have completed your graduation or you will not have learned about tenses in English. So that's, I'm sure that you are one of those naughty boys who refuse to learn. So you will not have learned about tenses in English. Future perfect tense, interrogative. Will or shall plus subject plus have plus V3 plus object plus time reference. So changing it to interrogative is again interchanging the will, shall with the subject. So by next year, will you have completed your graduation or will you have learned about tenses in English? Future perfect tense in negative interrogative. Picking up the negative sentence of future perfect tense and interchanging the position of will, shall with subject. So we have will, shall plus subject plus not plus have plus V3 plus object with time reference. So by next year, will you not have completed your graduation or will you not have learned about tenses in English? Is it possible? Certainly not. If you were learning English, you would have learned tenses. Future perfect continuous tense. Now what is this? This is used to express an action being in progress over a period of time that will end in future. So we're talking about a period of time in future. At that point of time, something would have been taking place or it would have ended in that time, near that time. So when you're talking about near that time, so by December, I will be living in this house for 20 years. By December, I'm talking of the time, this is April. By December, I will be living in this house for 20 years. Next year, she will have been learning Kathak for 7 years. So by next year, she will have been learning Kathak. So 7 years ho jayenge. It would be 7 years that she would be learning Kathak. Affirmative structure is structure subject plus will plus have plus been plus V4 plus object plus time reference. Now, since it is future tense, we have will. It is perfect, have, continuous, V4. And to join them all together, we have to add an extra B double E N been. So subject plus will plus have plus been plus V4 plus object with time reference. By December, I will have been living in this house for 20 years. So will have been living is future perfect continuous. On the contrary, most of the times we say these days, instead of saying things in future perfect continuous tense, we simply say that by December, I will be living in this house for 20 years. Instead of saying I will have been living, I will be living in this house. So that's a way of saying. These days, instead of using very long sentences, we tend to shorten them. A lot of lingo has developed with WhatsApp, SMSs, so the language has changed a lot. It is evolving. It's an ever evolving phenomenon. That is why also one of the reasons that we don't use future perfect continuous much these days. But anyways, just for your learning, just for your knowledge, I'm covering all of them. Next year, she will have been learning Kathak for 7 years. So next year, she will have been learning Kathak. So will have been learning. Will is future, have is perfect, continuous learning. That is V4. And to join them all together, we add B double E and been. In negative tense, in negative future perfect continuous, we are inserting a not between will and have. So by December, I will not have been living in this house for 20 years. or by next year, she will not have been learning Kathak for 7 years. So that's how we are talking about not have been living, or not have been plus V4, that is future perfect continuous in negative sense. For the interrogative, we have structure will plus subject plus have plus been plus V4 plus object with time reference. So by December, will I have been living in this house for 20 years? I'm asking a question. Next year, will she have been learning Kathak for 7 years? So both of these are questions wherein again we have interchanged the subject and will. In negative interrogative, it becomes will plus subject plus not plus have plus been plus V4 plus object plus time reference. So we have by December, will I not have been living in this house for 20 years? Or by next year, will she not have been learning Kathak for 7 years? With this, we come to an end of future tense. This slideshow or this session covers all the 4 kinds of future tenses: future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense, including all the 4 kinds of structures of the sentence, that is affirmative, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. Now we come to the end of today's session. As usual, for doubt classes or regular courses in English language, feel free to contact at smriti.perset@gmail.com. Online live classes are also available for classes 6 to 8 in English, and the program is called English Language Skills Development Program. For classes 9 to 12, there is a complete syllabus including reading, writing, grammar, vocab, and literature. And there are special classes customized for the needs of the children who are preparing for exams, entrance exams, and competitive exams. So dear friends, with this we come to an end of today's session. I hope you all learned a lot and enjoyed watching this video. Make sure that you copy all the structures. For practice exercises, do write to me. If you need any practice exercises, I'll be happy to help you. Please drop in your comment box. What do you want? What more videos are you looking forward to that I should make for you? Thank you. Happy learning.